Okay, Mr. Mayor, I'm going to ask you to pause your report for the baseball team is here. So I'd like to ask them to come up. Councilman Brown. You want the members of the baseball team up there, right? You want the baseball team to come up? It's Mr. Clark. Okay, we'd like to ask Mr. Clark and the members of the baseball team. You're waiting for 5 more players?
Yeah, they should be here. They told me by 8:30.
Okay, we'll go ahead with the mayor's report then. Sorry, Mayor. Mr. La Spinoza, will you let me know when they're here? Thank you. Okay, Mayor Armstead.
Yes, thank you, Council President. Good evening. First, let me start with St. George Avenue. As many of you know, if you drive down St. George Avenue, you'll see that the St. George Avenue development is moving right along. The framing has begun. They're actually closing it in. There will be a delay in Phase 2 because of there is an encroachment of the electrical wires by PSE&G onto the property, so we'll be working very closely with PSE&G to try to get that resolved. And I want everybody to I want to be clear on something, that this particular project is not a tax abatement, it's a pilot program, and that's a payment in lieu of taxes. And the city does receive considerable dollars for these type of projects. I want to remind everybody that the project that was proposed prior to that was a justice complex, which would have cost us upwards of $25 million to build, and then you would have had to fill it with employees, so it just was not a good thing for the taxpayers in this town. The current project, I think, is the best project for that particular location. And I want to remind everybody that if you are interested in renting retail space there, that you should call and speak to Alex Laspinoso. He's our economic development person. He's working very closely with the developer. Any chance that you have to rent that particular space will be coming through our office, and will be coming through our office and the developer. So I would encourage you to call Alex Laspinoso if you're interested in renting retail space there. As previously mentioned at prior council meetings, the developer Advanced Greek projects that this 4.1 million square feet of proposed warehousing district in Tremley Point will be known as the Linden Logistics Center. It will be the largest warehousing district in the Northeast. With that said, I was recently informed by the development that it's also projected to be the largest planned industrial development in the Port of New York and New Jersey region. I'd like to talk a little bit about Quick Check property. There's a resolution on the agenda to refer this property along with the adjacent parking lot to the planning board to investigate whether it or not is an area that should be designated as an area in need of redevelopment. I want to thank my LEDC director, Alex Laspinoso. Since day one of his arrival as director, he's been working diligently and persistently for us to move this forward on this property where the Quick Check is located. We look forward to the planning board's comments on this property. About a month ago, our senior engineer and LEDC director attended a meeting in Trenton with several employees from the DOT to discuss the corner of Park Avenue and Route 1 and 9. Unfortunately, there will be a delay in the start of the planned Wawa because the DOT is trying to determine exactly how much they will need to widen Route 1 and 9. To be clear, the delay is not the cause of the city or this administration, as has been intimated by some. Last week, last Saturday, we went to Carteret Municipal Marina ribbon cutting. This is a marina in our neighboring city, Carteret. It was a great day, and the governor was there. We had a lot of conversation with the governor and some of his aides, and they spoke very highly of Linden. They not only talked about our unique political landscape, but they also commented on our ability to lower taxes 2 years in a row. In fact, the governor said you are probably the only city that he knows of in the state that has lowered taxes 2 years in a row, and so this council is to be commended on lowering taxes there. One other thing, we will be looking into developing a division of information technology. We will be trying, we will attempt to mirror what other towns are doing. You have two sides of your IT department. You have the police side and you have the municipal side. And we will attempt to mirror what some of the other towns are doing with regards to the development of an IT division. So in the next couple of months, you'll hear more and more about that, and I'm hopeful that the council will dig into this. We will probably have to consult with our consultants to give us the information that is required to move this in a productive way. Also, I'd like to report that the Linden Station, which is the former JTG JTG scaffolding location, we have to date, we have taken in over $500,000 in fees, both construction code fees and sewer connection fees. So again, that's $500,000 that will be used towards next year's budget. Now, anyone who thinks that these projects don't generate revenue, that's certainly a falsehood, because everything we do with regards to these projects generates revenue. Even the Capitaglia Meridia project last year generated over $500,000 in revenue. So the fact that people are out there saying that these projects don't generate revenues is totally incorrect. Last but certainly not, well, no, not last. I'd like to talk about another division that we're going to be looking to establish here. This last election has certainly shed light on a lot of things in this town, and I had to look at some of what I would refer to as some very ugly literature about various communities being under attack, and that's just not a good thing. I don't think that any community in Linden is under attack, be it Hispanic, African American, Haitian, Polish. No community should ever be referred to as a community under attack. That being said, what we're going to attempt to do here is to develop what we call a division of cultural outreach, maybe cultural and senior outreach, and I'm going to be looking for this council to help me put that together so that we will be known as a town that you can come to for advice, and we will offer it to any nationality, in any group in this town. We want to be known as a town that welcomes everybody, and I don't want anybody to feel as though their culture is under attack, as many political campaign ads had intimated this last election. And last but certainly not least, Linden High School graduation is Friday. We're asking that you drive carefully. There will be a lot of activities going on in the morning, evening, and the afternoon at the AA Field and the JTG Center. I'd like to congratulate the class of 2019 and wish them much success. Oh, and I did forget to congratulate our people who ran for office. I'd like to congratulate all of those who ran for office and were successful. In the 2nd Ward, Barry Javik on his reelection.
Mayor, finish up. Your time is up.
Okay, all right. The 5th Ward, Councilwoman Rashana Cosby on her reelection. The 7th Ward, Councilman Ralph Strano on his reelection. And I'd like to congratulate Garnett Blaine on his election to the 8th Ward Council. We look forward to working with you, sir. Unfortunately, you will not be able to take your seat until the November election, but that will be here soon enough, and we do look forward to your financial acumen, as we will be losing Councilman Brown. So we're going to miss his financial expertise. And I forgot about our 3rd Ward elected councilperson, Monique Caldwell. So congratulations to you all, and looking forward to working with you all. Thank you. Concludes my report.
Thank you, Mayor.